Imagine never having worked in healthcare, only to find yourself on the front lines during a global pandemic. Today, we're going to talk to someone whose story is exactly that. His name is Naya'Hri Suhalia, and he got into the healthcare sector literally one day before COVID-19 lockdowns began being implemented in his city. A Black American of Tanzanian and Samoan heritage, Naya'Hri is also a queer trans man. Friends, this is truly a beautiful conversation. I invite you to slow down and tune in. You're watching Transcend, creating change as a trans frontline worker. First of all, Naya'Hri, thank you so much for giving of your time and sharing part of your story with us today. Very excited to chat with you. How are you doing today?
I am good, thank you. And look at you getting my name right. I love it.
I was practicing.
See, that's what I was about to say. I said somebody's been practicing. Eh?
That's what I do. I prep.
Love it, love it. That's always a good thing.
Listen, you have such an amazing story. Tell us a little bit about how you got into healthcare and what that journey has been like for you.
I started looking in the healthcare work probably about 2 weeks before the lockdowns began. Had an interview, you know, applied 2 days later, had an interview 3 days after that, had got hired. Very next week I started. The very next day after I began my job, the lockdowns hit.
Well, so you identify as a queer trans man.
Yes.
How does that identity come into play in the work that you do?
It wasn't this huge reveal. It was just something that I said in the interview. Oh, and by the way, and they were like, okay, it's almost if they wanted to say, we're in the middle of a worldwide medical pandemic.
Mhm.
I don't care if you have if you have a unicorn on your back. We need bodies.
Just so folks know, you're not in a big city like Los Angeles or New York. You're in Charlotte, North
No, I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. You have a lot more people here who are from New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, and things of that nature, where not that big of a deal. So
Carolina.
that's also very, very helpful. But for the people whom I've met who are from the South or who are from Charlotte and who have basically lived here their whole lives, honestly have been among the most supportive. you know
Yeah.
Even if it's an elder, they'll say, well, baby, I don't understand none of that, but I love you. I think probably the most greatest of ease of coming out has honestly been my patients, because remember, I work with kids. So my youngest patients are 5. My oldest patients usually tend to be between 14 and 16. There's a small button that I wear with my uniform
Mhm.
that says he, him, his, and it's purple. And they happened to notice that button and they said, well, why do you have that on?
Mhm.
Said, well, sometimes people will call me something that I'm not, so this button is to remind them what to call me. Well, what do they call you? Well, sometimes they call me she. Well, isn't that what you are? Nope.
Mhm.
And I said, no, I'm not. But the good news is that you can be anything. You can call yourself whatever, and it is absolutely okay, whatever it is you call yourself. This is just what I call myself. So then I just flipped it around on them. Well, what do you could refer to yourself as?
Yeah.
And so we just had this whole conversation, and I said, well, do you have any other questions? And they were like, but I thought your favorite color was black. Why is the button purple? And so that was how the whole, because I do wear a lot of black. And that was pretty much how that conversation ended. It was absolutely hilarious. So by the very next day, when that firefly came to see me, when I went to go see that firefly, they were just like, "What's up, dude?" And I said, "Hey."
I want you to share a little bit about the history of your name and what it means to you to be referred to by your true name.
The power in being acknowledged as who you really are, who you present, whatever that may be, uh, is an amazing thing, especially when it is done with respect. For some people, just being able to be acknowledged as who they are and seen as they truly are, that can mean values. That can mean the world. It can, sort of be a make or break sort of situation. to be acknowledged as I am, that is a form of healing for me. When it's supposed to be about me being a part of healing others, to be seen as I am is it's healing for me, which in turn allows me to be more present and be part of a team of healing for others. So it's just this great circle that just keeps going back and forth. I'm still researching my name. Uh, it has a very long sort of, I don't want to say twisted history, but it is wonderfully complex. It has various meanings depending on the language,
Mhm.
from soul survivor, ancient Egyptian, not modern Egyptian, but ancient Egyptian, to a version of a word that comes up in the Yoruba language in Nigeria, which is Nayo,
Mhm.
which means we have joy. Ndambi, my middle name, much easier to discuss.
Mhm.
Ndambi means most beautiful one
Wow.
in Yoruba. Zaire, of course, is the former name of the Republic of the Congo. So that actually used to be the name of a country in Central Africa. It has now been since renamed the Congo. This is basically the Congo. Suhalia is another one that has several versions. In Arabic, means copulus or star. It's a lot to live up to.
No pressure, no
But
pressure.
yeah, no pressure whatsoever, especially if I've gotten any of these interpretations
Mm.
wrong. Someone will let me know immediately.
Carry your name with tremendous grace. As somebody
Thank
who
you.
knows you, I just want to tell you that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you for the stories that you've shared with us today. Naya'Hri Suhalia, my friend, thank you so much. I so appreciate you taking the time on your day off to share your story with us. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Naya'Hri, and we'll chat with you soon.